Morning, you simply awesome people. Well, I decided to take the 10 new Chromafusion looks that Mary Kay has given us and decided to do one look each day over the next 10 days. They will be part of a series that I am calling My Love of Chromafusion. And the reason I'm putting them in a series is because they will also be on my YouTube page. As you see, I have once again cleansed my face with my Miracle Set 3D and Normal to Dry. I've done my foundation primer and my foundation, and I have applied the Mary Kay's Cream to Powder Foundation in bronze too. And while I love all the different formulas, like I said yesterday, in the summertime, I prefer to use the Cream to Powder Foundation when it's the warmer months. Now, of course, it's fall, but I'm still finishing it up before I switch over to my liquid, which will also be either bronze 2 or 3 based on where my skin falls. So, as you can see, I've done my brows, and I have used our new Precision Brow Liner. I'm just going to hold that up there. It has a really, really super fine tip. And and I've also used our new volumizing brow tint, and that's that as well. And both colors are dark brunette. Okay, it has a tiny little, wait a minute, let me there. It has a tiny little that off of there. It has a tiny little spoolie like you'd see on a mascara. So I've already done that. And as you can see, my brows are very natural. I prefer a very natural brow over a super sculpted brow. But whatever you like, whatever feels comfortable for you is awesome. And I've also took the liberty of applying my Mary Kay lash primer. So I did that already, so it's dry. Those are steps that we don't need to waste any time with. So, my goal is to have my makeup done in 5 minutes from the time I actually start applying it to end, because I want you to see that everything is very easy to work with. It's very easy to do. You can duplicate this look. You can also go on marykay.com and see some different looks that they have with the new Chromafusion. So today it is going to be look number 1, even though it's like day 3 or 4 for me. I was creating my own looks before, but today is look number 1, and it's called Neutral Mattes. The 3 eye colors that I'll be using will be Sandcastle, Cinnabar, and Espresso. The cheek color is going to be Hot Coral, and the lipstick will be Crushed Berry, is what they list. But I'm decided to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to use our limited edition lip color in our matte, semi-matte, which is the Purio Martillo. I hope I said that right. And the liner that I'll be using will be our black gel liner over the dark brown that the look calls for. And I'll be using a berry lip liner pencil. And I'll use lip primer. So let's get started. So now what the look calls for is our Sandcastle. Okay. And that we're going to apply all over our lid. That stuff that keeps rolling around. Okay. So we're doing that all over. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Okay. So we're getting that all over our lid. You can wear it, apply it very naturally. I mean, very lightly rather, or you can, really apply it more bold. I'm just going to try to do a very, very more neutral, since it is called Neutral Mattes instead of so dramatic. But these are very easy colors. They're so easy that you can use them with our former colors, our mineral colors. You can mix and match them. You can also use even our cream shadows, which are still in the line, as your base if you prefer that. Sometimes I like to use the beach blonde of that, but since I'm following the looks that the companies put together, I'm just going to stick with what they have. And I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but I don't usually follow what the brushes say. Like, I used whatever brush feels right to me. I know sometimes it's easier that they have the, you know, the label, the brush is labeled. But I personally use whatever brush works the best for me, you know. So, and you do what works for you. If following what it says, if it says crease brush, use a crease brush, whatever. I just, you know, will do what feels right. So now you can see I have my sandcastle on. Boop. Okay, so now I'm going to just kind of flip my brush over. Although actually it says it wants me to apply the lash liner to my lash line cinnabar to the bottom and lower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little crease brush, eye smudger actually, and I'm going to put cinnabar. It says just apply it on the lash line. So that's gonna go there. And that might be why it suggests for you to use the dark brown since you're doing your cinnabar. But I think with bronze tones, for me personally, it can, the brown can kind of just looks like, you know, just kind of blend in. And I like to see more of a line, to see more definition there personally. So I'm just going back and forth with that. And that's cinnabar. Okay. Then I'm going to take and go underneath here. One thing that my sales director, Debbie Lamondola, always told us that if you're going to do eyeliner on the bottom, you got to do it on the top. And I've always just kind of used that as a rule of thumb. Because if you just, I remember like back in the 80s and 90s, you know, we just do our liner at the bottom. But really it almost, when you do that, it gives your eye an almost closed look. And that's maybe good if you feel like your eyes are bigger than you'd like them to be. So that's the cinnabar. Okay. Now step 3 for the eyes is saying take the espresso and put the espresso. I'm going to use, let's see, the angle brush for that. Take the espresso and do a V. Now these colors are highly, highly, highly pigmented. So little is best. You can always build it up. You can always blend it out too if you've got a little crazy or a little heavy handed. So it says outer V is here. Try to turn to you guys. I got a mirror over here too, so I'm trying to do a couple of different things, but and then I don't have my glasses on, so that's that. That's the V. We're gonna blend it, so don't worry, but at least you can kind of get an idea. Based on your eye shape, you know, is how you're gonna do your V. If you have a hooded eye, you're gonna go slightly above where your crease would be. The other ways the color would diminish. If you have a more wider eye, you're going to go just drop it down just a little because you don't want to make your eyes bigger. I mean, you want to be able to, you'll still be able to see it. So we're going over here. We're doing our V. Again, this is espresso. Okay, so this is these are very like subtle, like a very softer look. Then I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm just going to kind of windshield wiper that guy just to soften it up so it's not such a harsh line. So I'm going to just take it and okay, really get in there and blend it out. And if you ever feel like you have too much, you can always go back with your lighter color and buff around the edges too, but I think I kind of got it pretty good. But one thing I will do, and it doesn't really call for that, but I just have to. I just can't. I just have to. I'm going to put a little bit there. I'm going to kind of fill in the little belly of my V, if you want to call it that. I don't know. Just because I just like a little more definition in there. And then I'm going back with my little blender. And blending is the key. No matter how much makeup you put on, you can always blend it down. You're like, whoa, that's way too much. Just blend it down, blend it down, blend it down. Add where you feel like you might have blended too much off. And I usually go back right in here and I'll do that just a little smidge. And I'm going to go back again with the cinnabar. And I'm just going to do that. Boop, boop. So there is the eyes. It's very, very, very soft and neutral today. A little more softer than I normally, but I'm sticking to what the company created, because I want you to see that it is very easy. Look how easy these colors are. Look, there's absolutely no fallout. I'm not making it up. You can see it's real time here. So now that I've done that, it calls for the dark brown liner, but I'm going to use, thought I had everything out, our gel liner. I have so much makeup, I have bends everywhere with makeup in, and I thought I had everything out so I would be smooth. Wow, I'm kind of hitting into 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. So, so now it comes with a little expandable brush, and it's in a pod, which is awesome. This lasts maybe at least 6 months if you're using it every day. And what I like about this brush being so small is that you can control it a little bit better if you're not real comfortable with it. So now I'm not going to go all the way over like I did yesterday. And then I'm going to take that little brush and kind of smudge it in, since they wanted it center bar. Boop, boop. See? No problem. Watch what happens. I'll just make it right. I'm going to take this and blend it. I didn't want such an aggressive line, but since it's bigger, I'm going to just go like, I'm going to create something different here, and I'm going to show you this. It's good that you have mistakes, because it lets you see that you can always fix them. Now what I'm going to do is, see, that's a little heavy. It's a little bigger, a little bolder. And if it's up too high, you'll get it'll move up top. So okay. So that one looks a little good. That one looks pretty good. But what I'm going to do is, normally I have a Q-tip, but I don't have one handy here. So Q-tips are awesome when you make boo-boos. But I'm going to take a little, like just a cotton swab, since I don't have a Q-tip. And while it's still dry, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to pull it down without ruining. Never want to pull on the eye, so I'm not going to do that. But what I could do is take our fabulous eye makeup remover, and I'm just going to go. See how very lightly I'm doing that? And then I'm going to get a little underneath because I'm pulling down on it. But there. So I'll fix that. Now, move him over there. I'm going to go back with that same liner to fill in where I kind of took it off. Now, you'll notice I did take just a smidge of the, took a smidge of the liner off. So, I mean the shadow actually. So I'm going to put a little bit more on there to kind of fill in where I made a boo-boo. Now I'm going to let that dry. While that's drying, I'm going to do my Last Intensity mascara. And this is amazing. It came out a little while ago. When I say last year, I get my days mixed up. Who knows? And it has two different sides. You hold the side. Your thumb should be on the side when you're applying it that says Mary Kay. So I'm going to take it like this, and you really get in there, then you flip it, and then you wiggle, you take the product all the way through. Now remember, I put my primer on too, so I just love the primer. It's just, even if you, like, say you're dashing out and you just want to put a little something on, you don't really put your mascara on, you put your CC cream on, you're rushing out the door, but you want a little something, you can wear it by itself. It's just like, it's clear. So if you want to wear it. So what you're noticing I'm doing is I'm kind of rolling it back and forth. Today, this one's taking a little bit longer than I would have liked. But normally I can do it in 5 minutes. So, and I usually don't do my lips, but I'm gonna go through that. You see how incredible this makes your lashes. It's called Lash Intensity. All products are Mary Kay products. That's all I'll use. That's all I'm using. There really is something for everybody. And see, I got a little bit of boo-boo down there from when I was wiping that out. Okay. Okay, so that's done. Letting that all dry, and that's looking good. Now we're going to do our cheeks. Our cheeks are hot coral, and I'm using my brush here. Okay, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of the hot coral, which that's such a fun color. Look at that. And that's a color that's gonna look great on all skin tones, I think. I always smile because that way I get it in the right place. So that's the hot coral. Okay, now for lips. I'm speeding up now. You'll notice is our lip primer, which I simply love. Just get that on. I'm moving a little faster because I really didn't want it to be this long. Tomorrow will be faster, I promise. Okay. So I'm filling in I'm gonna do my lips in the berry. Okay. I always just kind of rub it together. So that's my berry liner. And then this is the Pureo Martillo. And it's a very, very deep berry lipstick. One thing I love about our Mary Kay matte lipsticks is that I have tried other brands. They dry your lips out. They make your lips feel like they're going to crack. This is going to give you that matte look. This is going to give you that matte look without making you feel like your lips are going to fall off your face. And you're going to, and it's long wearing. It's great. So this is our look for today. It did go very much longer than I expected. Tomorrow will be 5 minutes. I won't do so much talking in the beginning. I think that's where I lost a little bit of time. But, and then my boo-boo, but hey, that's life. So it took under 20 minutes. Well, 15 if you count the talking in the beginning, and maybe even a little less without my boo-boo. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you like this look. It's neutral mattes. I did change the lip, but other than that, in the liner, it's really awesome. Very soft, natural look. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.